I know that this movie came out back in 2016, but I'm still here to celebrate Star Wars Day with the next showcase video of Rogue One, A Star Wars Story, and I have these 5 minifigs. I tried my best to take them as far as I can. They're not perfect, and none of my customs are. Regardless, let's go ahead and get into it without any more rambling. Starting off with Jyn Erso. So the hairpiece was a Mutt Williams hairpiece, sculpted on these strands on the front and also this bun on the back. I think it turned out pretty good. The face is a standard one from the actual Rogue One Lego set. You can see on the torso there's very minimal detail, if you can even call it detail, but it's there. The exposed skin tone and like the waist marks. I don't really have one of those curved torsos that are available. You can see on this arm she has like the resistance marks, the exposed skin tone, also the exposed fingers as well. And it's the same thing on the other arms. And as for her coat, there's one in grey and there's one in brown. On the back there's very minimal detail. Then the legs have 3D strap going across. For her gun, I just took a Civil War Bucky Barnes gun, painted on some tiny little details I guess, and then extended it a bit with one of these bar pieces in black just to like glue it on the front. Repainted that all in grey, and it gets quite close to her gun. Next up is Cassie and Andor. Now I'm never going to make customs for the actual Andor series, but I at least want to make him for this movie. So the head and the hair came from the official minifig, because the likeness to Diego Luna is the closest that they can get and better than what I can do. And then on the torso, there's barely anything going on, but it works. His jacket has barely anything as well, but again, it gets the job done. Still recognisable. He has the resistance things on his arms, just like Jyn, on both sides. The legs have a strap going across, then there's a gun holster, and the boot strap around all 4 sides. And then the gun came from Bo-Katan. You don't remember that review that I did, that custom printed one? I literally just took that gun from that minifig. Next is Chirrut Îmwe. The head and the hair, they're from the official minifig. That's basically where all these heads are from. Now the reason why it's on like this expression and not like his stern face, which would be more fitting for his character, is because both of his eyes on the back of the head got a bit up. So now to get it out of the way, his staff piece, just one of these standard rod pieces, and I repainted it all the necessary colours. I was going to do his crossbow, but there's no time for that because I want to move on with my life. His chest has E-tape going across the shoulder. He has a sculpted gauntlet, painted detail on the hand, and then this piece right here on the waist cape was sculpted on. And then as for the back, there's another piece of sculpted was meant to be cloth, but I just chose to use sculpted material. Now for the most complicated minifig this entire video, Baze Malbus. Now I say he's complicated because of one reason, and that being this on the back. I mean, it may not look that complicated to you lot, but this whole canister and this bit of this black thing that sticks out underneath, sculpted on by the way, this red pipe that sticks out the side was a black version of one of these bars. I just cut it up and glued it on, painted it in red. And the actual canister itself was made out of a cylinder piece. I just sculpted around it and glued it onto the back of the hair, so it is still removable. Then the face came from the actual Lego set. It's the official Baze Malbus head. Well, actually, I did change it a bit. I repainted the beard. The chest has this sculpted section, along with some other little details that were sculpted on the lower torso. And you're probably also wondering, to any of you who have seen Rogue One and know this character quite well, he usually has an ammo chain that goes from the canister all the way to the gun. Now I didn't want to do that because I didn't want to stress myself out more making this custom, so I just left it as it is. Maybe at some point an ammo chain will happen on this custom, but I really doubt it. You can also see a sculpted shoulder pad right there. And also the legs are from the actual Baze minifig. I just painted on the boots, and they are going around all 4 sides. So moving on to Krennic. And now for the simplest minifig in this video, director Orson Krennic, played by Ben Mendelsohn, to those of you who didn't know. Not a lot of changes have happened to this custom. So I basically took the hairpiece, painted on grey on the sideburns, and the head is from the actual Lego set as well. Same with the torso, neither of those needs to be changed. And the waist cape was made out of E-tape with some black detail painted on that corner. He has sculpted gloves, and as for his actual gun, that was made out of one of these blasters. So basically cut off the top and glued it onto the side and repainted the whole thing in a light grey colour, and I think it looks pretty good. Definitely the closest I can get to Krennic's gun. Something else that I did in this gun was extend it a bit. So I took another one of these bar pieces, cut it up to that size and glued it on the end, painted it in light grey as well, and 2 black dots onto it because it has to have a scope. One final thing I need to note on this minifig is the cape. Now I have a problem with this cape. As soon as I got this minifigure in the mail, I kind of, like when I was putting it together and that, the cape kind of had this happen. There's a big black mark on the back. That's from the black paint that I was using. It's fine because look at customs, look at any minifig from the front. So that's it for Krennic, and let's go ahead and wrap this up. Alright guys, and that is it for this year's Star Wars Day video on Rogue One: A Star Wars Story. Make sure to like, comment your thoughts on these, and subscribe as well. All three of those are completely optional. I know that most of you probably won't. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.